One step at a time. There was once a young man named Sam. He lived in a small village with his parents and younger sister. Their house was simple, made of wood and metal sheets, but it was full of love. Sam's parents were farmers. They worked hard every day in the fields. Sam helped them when he could, but deep in his heart, he had a quiet dream. He wanted to become a teacher. Sam loved learning. He enjoyed reading books, asking questions, and helping others understand new things. He believed that knowledge could change lives. But in his village, becoming a teacher was seen as difficult. Many children dropped out of school to help their families work. Still, Sam did not let go of his dream. He studied hard and always listened carefully to his teachers. Every night, after helping his parents on the farm, he sat near a small lamp and read his books. His mother often said, "Sam, you work too hard. You need rest." But Sam just smiled and replied, "I'm building my future, one step at a time." When he finished his chores, he would sit under a mango tree with his little sister and teach her what he had learned. She listened closely, her eyes full of wonder. Sam believed every child should have the chance to learn, even if it meant drawing in the dirt with a stick. After high school, Sam dreamed of going to college. But there was a big problem. His family had no money to send him. His father had just lost half the rice crop due to a flood. They barely had enough to eat. Sam felt crushed. He looked at his books and wondered if his dream would die. For many days, he barely smiled or ate. His mother noticed and asked, "Why are you so quiet, Sam?" He replied, "I want to be a teacher, but we cannot afford college." She held his hand and said softly, "Dreams aren't dead if your heart is still alive. Don't give up yet." Sam thought deeply about her words. Then he had an idea. He would go to the city and find a job to save money for college. It was a hard decision. He had never been far from home. With a small bag, he hugged his family and said, "I will come back. I will not give up." Sam arrived in the city with only a few coins. It was loud, crowded, and full of tall buildings. He felt like a small fish in a big ocean. The first few nights, he slept at the bus station, holding his bag tightly. He searched for work, going shop to shop asking, "Do you need a worker?" Many said no. Some laughed. Others told him to go back to the village. But Sam didn't give up. Finally, he got a job at a small restaurant. He cleaned tables, washed dishes, and delivered food. The pay was low, but it was enough for food and savings. The work was tough. His hands hurt, and he walked long distances in the hot sun. But Sam never complained. He kept telling himself, "One step at a time." After work, he went to the library. Even when tired, he read books, borrowed old textbooks, and practiced on scrap paper. Some nights, he fell asleep with a book in his hands. His boss noticed and asked, "Why do you work so hard, Sam?" Sam replied, "I want to become a teacher. This is just one step on my journey." After 2 years of saving, Sam had enough money for 1 year of college. He enrolled in a teaching program and went to class during the day, working at the restaurant at night. It wasn't easy. He slept only a few hours. His classmates wore nice clothes and had phones, while he wore old shoes and carried a second-hand bag. Some laughed at him. One day, Sam returned to his room and cried. "Maybe I don't belong here," he said. But then he remembered his father's words. "Even the tallest tree starts as a tiny seed. Don't stop growing." He wiped his tears and made a plan. He would study 3 hours a day and work 6. He kept a notebook of goals, checking them off one by one. Over time, Sam got stronger. He made a few good friends. He started tutoring classmates for free. He just wanted to help. One student, Lena, asked, "You're always helping others. Why?" Sam smiled and said, "When you teach, you learn twice." Soon, more students came to him for help. He formed study groups and even held weekend classes in the park, teaching under a tree with old whiteboards and markers he bought with his tips. 4 years later, Sam stood on stage in his graduation gown. His parents and sisters sat in the crowd, eyes full of tears. He was the first in his family to finish college. When he received his certificate, the crowd clapped loudly. One teacher said, "Sam, you are not just a student. You are an inspiration." It was the happiest day of his life. After graduation, Sam returned to his village. People were surprised. Some asked, "Why come back? You can earn more in the city." But Sam said, "This is where I belong. I want to teach the children here, just like I dreamed." He started a small school under a big tree. He used chalk, old books, and even drew in the sand. Children from nearby villages came to learn. Soon, people helped build a small school building. Years later, that school had many classrooms, a library, and a playground. Sam trained new teachers and even started adult classes for parents who never went to school. He became known as Teacher Sam, a hero in his village. One day, a young boy asked, "Teacher, how did you do it?" "You had nothing." Sam sat under the tree and said, "I had something powerful, a dream, and the courage to take one small step every day." He looked at the children and added, "Life is not about running fast. It's about moving forward, even if it's just one step. One small step can change your whole life." The children listened with wide eyes. They believed him, because they saw what he had done. Sam watched the sunset, happy that his story was now part of theirs.